Hello, everybody. It's time for Live with Gotham Quilts because it's Tuesday night at 6:30. Although I'm actually in California on vacation this week, so for me it's only 3:30. Uh, we're pretending it's 6:30 over here. I'm
Still
Yvette.
6:30 where I
This
am.
is Andrea. Yeah, she's in headquarters, and it's official time for Gotham Quilts. Andrea, we have new fabric to show today, don't we?
We do. We have some really nice fabrics. So a lot of you are already familiar with the space dye wovens. We've had them for a while now, but they just came out with new colors. As you can see some of them. These are just a few. These are like my favorites. Top is probably by far, I think, the best.
Which is
So
my color. That is
yes, this one
my
is called
literally my favorite
Petals.
color.
Yeah, it is. It says Yvette all over it, and it's
Yep.
not quite as super saturated as it's showing up, at least on my screen, but it is a very, bright, beautiful, like magenta, and it's just gorgeous. It's hard. It's a little bit hard to see on the screen, but it's got all, because it's a yarn dye and they use what are called space dye yarns, which is just a variegated yarn. So the color will change along the length of the yarn. And that gives you this beautiful kind of striae in here that just adds a really beautiful texture and depth to these fabrics. They're also super soft. It's I would probably say they're a tiny bit thinner than a typical quilting cotton, but not much. Like you could very easily mix these with quilting cottons, but it's like a perfect weight for like a blouse or a lightweight skirt, um, a summer dress. Like
Oh, I bet it's also
it
really
would be
nice to
so
hand
nice.
sew on, like
It probably
embroidery,
is.
Kawandi. Yep.
Oh, I'm sure that Jen has done some Kawandi with it. You guys probably know that I don't do very much hand sewing, so I wouldn't know, but I have a feeling it's probably really nice to hand sew with.
That
So that's
color is just
Petals.
like yelling at me through the screen. Like,
Hmm.
I need this. I need this.
And when I saw these, where did I get? Maybe it was at No, I don't remember. But oh, it was at H&H
H&H.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to see the new colors in person back in June, and this one in particular was like, oh my God, that color is fantastic. Um, so this one's good, but we have other good ones too. So this one is like a true purple. In the original set of colors, there was like a lavender, but not like a true purple. This one is violet. And there's another darker purple called eggplant too. It's even darker than this one. Um, this this is like a true red, which again they didn't have in the old set of colors. This one is jam, and you can see some of that striae there. So this is a nice. I'd say it's just a touch on the orange side for a red, but it's a good red. And again, there's two others that are slightly darker. This is the brightest. I go for the bright, so those are the ones I grabbed for you. Um, this one is butter. They also didn't have a true yellow in the original set of colors. So this is a nice, sunny, bright, light, bright yellow. It's a really pretty yellow. And then two of my favorites. This one is not bright, obviously, but it has a little bit extra uh, variation, I guess,
Yeah.
in the color. This one I think is denim. Yes,
It
denim,
looks
and
like
it really
denim.
does remind me of denim.
Yeah, it
It's
looks like it.
it's it's a really interesting, a really interesting color, and there's just a lot going on there that I think is really cool. And it's a little bit grayed, so like denim, kind of
Like
a
denim.
little bit
Yeah.
washed out, but not really. I mean, it's definitely blue. And then we have the brighter blues. This is the light bright blue. This one is Arctic. So it's on the turquoise side, but I would still call it blue. But yeah, this one also has a little bit, not as much variation as the denim, but a good amount there. Very pretty. So those are just the brightest ones. I have a whole bunch more down here.
Yeah, there's 15 new colors that just came in.
Yeah.
Those of you who are watching, if you pre-ordered these, which we did open pre-orders for these maybe 2 months ago, they'll start shipping tomorrow. The Andrea just
So
unpacked
this,
this.
yeah, like just unpacked. So this one is called Taupe, and it is a light neutral, but it has a lot of brown, I guess, in it. But again, you can see the texture really well, which that's a good one too. And then now I'll give you the neutrals. This one is Bark. So this has a lot of gray in it, but it's brown. So it's like a sophisticated neutral here. Goes really well with taupe. And now let's see. Let's do the golds because they're really like sophisticated. So this one is tangerine, which
That
is a
does
little
not
weird
look
because
like
it
a
doesn't look
tangerine.
anything like a tangerine.
I don't think I'd eat a tangerine that was that color.
I don't think I would either. Yeah, it's not orange. It's yellow with some like beige worked in probably. So it's got this like it really does look like gold. It's just this really nice texture. So it's not bright, but it's just got a lot of depth to
Almost
it.
like
A
a
lot of
faded gold.
yeah, yeah. But a little bit of that like the beige in there, tones it down a little bit and gives it a little bit of extra. And then this is the one that's actually called gold. So it's very similar. It has less, actually, it still has a lot of yellow in it.
Yeah.
So you can see kind of the difference there. It does still have a lot of yellow, but it's more neutral.
I think these are really usable colors. Like they mix in
Totally.
really well with other stuff. Yeah.
And then another red. So this one, as you can see, is not as bright as this one, but it's a good like muted
Like
muted
kind of
red.
Christmas red.
Yeah. And then we have a darker red, like a wine. I think this one actually is called wine. Yes, it is. So that one's wine. So that's your dark red. And I've only got a couple more over here. So another blue. So this is the Arctic. This one is aqua, which I'm not sure I would consider that aqua. I would consider like my sweater aqua, which has a
Right.
lot more green in it. But it is a nice blue. And the first set of colors, they didn't, no, they did. They had a navy blue that was a little bit purpley. And then they had a blue that was mixed with green that was a really pretty color, but not like a true blue. So now we have several blues to choose from. And then the dark purple, the eggplant? Yes,
Eggplant. Yeah.
eggplant. And yeah, this is beautiful. I
That's
love, I
pretty.
love rich, deep purples. And
Can
this
you put the two purples next to each other so we can see how far?
well, there's three. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Oops, I put one down. Get back up here. So there's three. So the petal is the light, and then
Those are
the
really
middle.
pretty together, those three.
Yes, they are. What's the middle one again? Violet, and then eggplant on the top. And yeah, they're really nice together. So all of the colors are like that. So there's the three reds, three blues, three golds. Uh, there's more browns. I left them over there because there was just too many to bring over here. But yeah, they're so pretty. So I showed you the purples together.
So now there's
Mm,
what, 30 colors of space dye total?
I don't know. I probably should have looked that up before we started.
Let me check because I'm looking at 30, 29 colors.
That's a funny number.
Seems like a wrong number.
Mm.
Let me
Um,
check.
so here's the three blues. We have Arctic on the top, aqua in the middle, and denim on the bottom. So those go really good. And like these two together, the denim and the eggplant, really nice. Did I bring over oh, I didn't bring the other red. So there is also another darker red. I lost butter. Oh no, there's a lighter red. That's right. They fell on the floor. Hold on. So the lighter red actually. So that gives you the 3 reds and 3 yellows here. Let's see, got so much stuff. Okay, so the 3 yellows, light, medium, and darker medium. So on the top we have gold, next is tangerine, and on the bottom is butter. And then for the reds, light, medium, and dark, we have the darkest one is wine, middle one is ruby, and the lightest one is jam. So there's, and you can kind of see how well they go together too.
Okay, I figured it out. There's 31 colors.
Oh, okay.
It took me that long to figure it out because I was like, 31 can't be the right number because that's
Right.
such a weird number, but it is the right number.
Hey.
And we're out of stock of one of them right now.
Okay, which one?
Soot, the like almost black one.
Oh, okay. Because I'll have to go look and make sure that that's correct. Because I have some black, but there might have been more than one black. I don't know.
So I'm putting up the QR code. This takes you to the entire Space Dye Wovens section of the website. So it has the old colors as well as the brand new colors. And we're also selling a bundle of the 15 new colors. You can order if you just want to see all of them, because Space Dye does not offer a color card. So if you're a color card person, you want to know what color you're getting. Unfortunately, we can't sell you one of those, but what we did put together is a bundle so you could get like a fat quarter of each of the 15 new colors, and then you'll know what they really look like. And then if you want to order more for whatever project, you know that you're getting the right color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about these options, and we have some ideas in mind of stuff we might come up with that to use these new colors, and it'll be interesting to see what people make with them when they start shipping.
And that picture that you just put up with the QR code, that's a good picture of all of them together there. You can really see how the colors work together and relate.
And those are just the new colors in that picture.
Right. And then sorry, go ahead.
No, you could. What were you going to say?
Eventually, when they've been here for more than a day, I'll start putting the old ones and the new ones together and figuring out some new bundles that incorporate all the colors.
Yeah, that could be cool.
So stay tuned for that. Haven't had time to do it yet, but eventually that'll happen.
Yeah. Speaking of time, it is November 26th, which means it's literally a month to Christmas. So if you are one of the people who's running around like a chicken with their head cut off because all of a sudden you realized you didn't do the Christmas decoration stuff, we wanted to real quick remind you that we do have a free pattern for a Christmas tree skirt. It is Andrea's candy cane tree skirt pattern. She has the sample there with her, so she can hold it up. And as you can see, we use the striped fabric for our sample, but you don't have to do stripes if you don't want to do stripes. It's just, this is what inspired this pattern. Was this fabric came in and Andrea's like, this has to be a tree skirt, right?
Right. But this fabric is 10 years old, so it does
not. Yeah, don't like
anymore.
that fabric. Don't fall in love with that fabric because you're not going to be able to find that fabric.
But we found some similar ones that are really good too.
Yes, we did. And this is we didn't quilt our sample too much. We just stitched in the ditch, which just shows you like you don't have to go crazy embellishing or quilting or doing stuff to it, especially now that there's only 4 weeks left till you actually, I don't know,
yeah, if you
maybe
just need to get it
set
done.
up your Christmas tree and like it doesn't have a tree skirt. Did you set up your tree yet, Andrew?
Oh, we never do before Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. I forgot Thanksgiving actually isn't past yet.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of late this year. But yeah, I feel like we should get through one holiday before we start decorating for the next one.
I have a friend who said that as soon as November 1st passes, she's allowed to put up a Christmas tree.
I mean, all over our neighborhood, people have their trees and decorations and stuff up. Like the
Yeah.
second they took down the Halloween decorations, they started
Ah.
putting up Christmas.
So I guess that makes sense. November 1st, right? So Halloween is the 31st. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it must be the same rule.
Yeah.
She's the kind of person who ends up with like 14 different trees up in her house
Oh
because she
yeah.
like can't keep herself from buying some pink tree
Yeah.
or some glitter tree or whatever it is. Yeah, Jen is saying her tree has been up for months. Way to go, Jen.
Have you finished your tree skirt for it yet?
I don't
Because
think she
she's been
started her
making a
piece.
tree skirt. I don't know either, but yeah, she was going to make one of
Putting
these.
her on the spot there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me switch the QR code for the tree skirt pattern. So we actually also have put together kits for the tree skirt. So if you scan this QR code, it'll take you to all the tree skirt stuff on the website, which is the free pattern. If you haven't already downloaded it, you can download it. And you can print it out at home and just tape the pieces together to get the wedges.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a pretty quick sew if you
It
don't go
is.
crazy with the fabric and like matching. And you can complicate it if you want to complicate it, but it's
Which,
not necessary to complicate it.
right, right. It can, yeah. I mean, as you can see on this one, so the back on mine is just two colors of red. It's pretty simple, just solid red, nothing fancy. So you can make it as simple as you want. You could also make it more complicated if you wanted to. You could add embellishments, some fancy
Right.
stitching, all of that kind of stuff. It's almost like a blank slate. It's up to you. You can make it as simple
Yeah.
or as fancy as you want.
You know what could be
Um,
cool with little kids? It could be like handprints
that would be
on the
cute.
wedges. That would be so cute.
It would be cute. Yeah, and then here's a section of one of the other ones of one of the kits that we do have for sale. This fabric, I love this
Oh, it's
fabric.
from the Frosted group, right?
Yes, so this is one of the Deco Frosted. Try to let you see it a little bit better there. I'm not
Yeah, that's
sure
a
how
pretty
well.
subtle pattern. So that'd be like for someone with an elegant Christmas theme.
Yes, it is. It is subtle, but when you look, it's going to form. Because I fussy cut the print, it's going to
Right.
make
It's gonna look
rings,
like
which.
like a yeah.
Yeah, and there's a picture of it up on the website if you want to see the fake tree skirt that I created before I started sewing the real tree skirt. But as
Yeah.
you can see, have not finished.
That's
So,
okay.
but now I want to make another one. Yvette had the great idea
Yeah.
which this is what always happens to us. Yesterday we're talking about doing tree skirts for the video today, and she mentions doing it with space dyes.
Well, what
And
happened was the plan was tree skirts for today, and then Andrea said, "By the way, the space dye showed up," and I was like, "Oh, we should definitely show the space dye." But then it's like, what does space dye have to do with tree skirts?
and then
So we invented a whole new tree skirt.
so yes, so Yvette loves flying geese. I mean, we like triangles for some reason around here. I don't like half the patterns we've come up with have triangles in them. But her idea was to have flying geese that go from small and get bigger as they get towards the edge of the tree skirt. And I thought that sounded really cool. So I
And
put
I
together the
knew
new
that
space
the
dyes.
new space dyed had like more rainbowy kind of colors. So I was like, "Oh, what if
Hmm.
it was a rainbow?" you know.
Well, so this one does use both old and new colors. But as you can see, you can get a very nice rainbow out of these colors. And I had to pick only 7. I could have picked way more. So it uses the cream space dye in the background, and then a rainbow of different colors for the geese. And then so we have the rainbow version.
And then
We
we put
also have a
together a more
traditional
traditional Christmassy.
red,
Yep.
and then there's
With
one
a
other
touch of
one.
gold.
Yeah,
Or
so
is there
just
another
a
one?
little bit of gold, but it's mostly these 3 colors of red, with a little
Where's the
bit
other one?
of one of these golds. Where's the last one?
What's it look like? I have only seen 2.
It's taupe.
Taupe.
Hmm. I mean, it should be there.
There's definitely not. Taupe.
It's on mine.
It's on yours.
If I just refreshed the page and it was right there.
Which page are you? Oh, yep,
That
you're right.
one.
I guess it was cached. Stupid cache.
Gosh. So because the other two were very bright and colorful, and there's so many cool and like really nice neutrals with the new colors, I thought maybe having a neutral would also be good for the holidays because not everybody's into the rainbows and the, red and bright colors. And I know Jen actually got me thinking about the neutral because the one she wants to make,
Yeah.
not space dye, she's making her own totally separate, but she wanted to make a neutral one more, so other decorations can stand out. So it isn't really, the tree skirt isn't necessarily the focal point. Um,
That's true.
so this,
Depending on, yeah. I think,
yeah, so this gives you a more subtle, but still really interesting and sophisticated.
yeah, it would be really pretty, I think, to do a bunch of beigey taupe, a little bit of shine, but not crazy shiny. Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
would look really pretty.
Yeah, so this one has the soft, kind of orangey, pinky neutrals and a gold neutral and some gray and brown. And it's just, it gives you a nice range. So it's not too boring, but it's
Right.
still neutrals. So
And
it'll go
with,
with all your decor
yeah,
and all that good stuff.
and with
So
the super soft fabric too. So these are done with foundation paper piecing. And this pattern is the same base with the same wedges, but we've
yes.
added the foundation paper pieced flying geese into the middle, which actually
Hmm.
makes me think like we could do so many different variations
Hmm.
where it's just like something in the wedge, right? Yeah.
Yes. And this is also nice because now you can print all of the pieces on single papers and you don't have to tape them together. It's just how the sections, fit
Oh,
on.
what you're saying because you're piecing just one part at a time. Yep, that
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Because it doesn't all fit on one paper anyway. I have to stretch the wedge across 3 pieces of paper. So this way I've just broken them down into sections that fit on one piece of paper.
that makes
So it
sense.
makes it easier for everyone.
So it's like one of those things where depending on which thing you think is more annoying, like if you think wrestling with a giant template and like marking your fabric for a really big cut, if you think that's more annoying versus if you think a bunch of foundation paper piecing is more annoying,
I suppose. Yeah.
we got selections for you now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think we didn't have anything else we were going to talk about today, did we? Other than we just got the new space dye colors
Hmm.
in, and then there is still time to make a Christmas tree skirt if you haven't
There
made one yet.
is. Yeah, if you have a long weekend this weekend, you could easily get this done in 3 days. I don't see that being a problem at all. I mean, as
Yeah,
long as you have all the materials and stuff. The kits do come with the top, the backing, and the binding. So all of those materials are here. You just need some batting and thread. That's pretty
yeah.
much it.
You could even probably leave the batting off, right? If you
You
didn't
probably
care
could.
about the texture
Yeah,
about
you
yeah,
probably could. Yeah. I mean, I like that it has a little bit of body, but I don't see why you couldn't.
yeah.
You could also use interfacing if you wanted some stiffness without thickness.
Oh, that's a good
There's
point
lots
too.
of different ways you could do
Depending on what
this.
style you want it, how you want it to end up looking. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, mine ends up getting wadded in a bin, so I wouldn't want to put any stiff stabilizer because I feel like it would just keep the wrinkles, but um I don't
That's
know.
true. And then you can never get those wrinkles out. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, mine's wrinkly, but I like the crinkly like a quilt. I like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, and
Um,
then I like on the back too, where it's simple, but you still get the fun binding.
yeah.
So the back of these will be two shades of red, just like the original, and then the space dye for the binding. So you would still get a little a little fancy around the edge.
Oh, yeah. So that's just the white space dye for the binding on the flying geese one. What's the binding on the flying geese options?
Red. Red
It
space
is
dye.
red. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, hi, Eleanor. Thanks for joining us. Um, I'm blanking on whether there was something else we were supposed to be talking about after space dyes and tree skirts.
I don't think so. We got so Zoo Family finally went out endish of last week, I think. The pink showed up and we got that taken care of. So I think, yeah, November, we're good for November.
String
the
fling.
Frank Lloyd Wright collection, that was also supposed to arrive in November. We were told Friday, I think, that it will now not be arriving until December. So I apologize for that.
We did send
But
an email
they
out to
did say
everyone
early
who
December. So
pre-ordered.
hopefully that's still true. But yes, Yvette sent everyone that had placed a pre-order should have gotten an email. But just in case you didn't.
Yep.
Um,
And the string fling orders went out too. The other block.
Yep, those are out. Right. Yeah, so everything for November except for the Space Die pre-orders has gone out and is on its way or already to you. And then I'll start cutting these tomorrow and getting those pre-orders shipped out as well.
Yeah, so if you are waiting for your Space Die, keep an eye on your inbox.
Yes.
You'll get a shipment notification very soon.
Yeah, and if you want some of these quilt or some of these tree skirt kits, order them now, and you'll have some time to get them made before.
Yeah,
I think the piecing, yeah, the flying geese ones, that might be cutting it a little close because the piecing obviously adds time.
That's a good point. We should have had the idea to do this thing 2 months ago when people still had time to make the flying geese version of it.
Well, if we wanted to do it with the Space Dies, that wouldn't have worked because we didn't have them. So,
yeah.
But
yeah, when I was talking about the tree skirt being a simple project, it was the one without all the piecing. It was just the one fabric.
Yeah, so the Space Die might be for next year. So you could work on it over the Christmas break and then you'll have it, for next year.
Now I'm trying to think of how we can make it with all hexagons.
Well, you work on that. I'm not interested.
That'll come out later.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I really like this one though. I was really hoping I'd get a chance to make at least one of the panels before the video tonight, but unfortunately that didn't happen because we always come up with ideas at the last minute and just getting them ready to sell to you takes up all the time.
You can't control when inspiration
strikes. I know. Yeah, for some reason that's how we work best.
Yes. Without any planning and without any rhyme or reason.
Yeah, forethought, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for joining, everybody. Today's live was short and sweet. We really just wanted to show you these gorgeous new colors of the Space Die before they start flying out the door. We did pre-sell nearly half of what we ordered, but don't worry, there's still plenty up, and it's all available on the website. You can order bundles or yardage. I'm putting that QR code back up. The link is also down in the description of the video, the Space Die Wovens link. So there, we can ship them to you immediately if you order them.
And if we do happen to sell out, Figo ships really fast, so we'll be able to get them back in stock really fast.
Yeah, because they're not out of stock, right?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I assume they would still have some since they just came in, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows? You cannot assume anything anymore. Everything is just wild in every direction now.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next week at the regular time, regular place, Tuesday night at 6:30 New York City time, Eastern time, talking about more shenanigans, which I think we have planned, but I'm not remembering what it was supposed to be. Happy Thanksgiving to Americans who are celebrating this week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We will see you in a week. Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Enjoy some time off. Hopefully you get some sewing and relaxing done.
Some stitching time in. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night.